Conference, and it quickly turned ugly last night. The Thunder scored 82 points in the first half alone, in LeBron's second worst loss of his career. But the headline is Luka Doncic exiting the loss because of a strained left hamstring, and then he was ruled out. Doncic first appeared to tweak his hamstring in the first half, and then hurt it again midway through the third quarter. We're going to dive into the Luka injury a little bit later on. But in this moment, does this blowout tell you more about the Lakers or the Thunder? Stephen A., what do you think?
Well, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, that was an ass kicking last night. That was a romp. Now, you can sit up there. I mean, we're going to talk about Luka and all the stuff. What we not going to do is gloss over that ass whipping that the Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning, defending NBA champions, placed on the Los Angeles Lakers. Charles Barkley has never looked this good. He has never looked this good. Weeks ago, he got on all of us, sitting up there talking about the Lakers. He said, oh, my God, the Lakers win. I hope they don't win, because if they win, we're going to have these fools on television talking about they contenders. I'm still not going to sit up there and summarily dismiss them. It is one game. But the Oklahoma City Thunder showed up last night and said, there's levels to this. We are sick and tired of the damn noise. Let's pump the brakes and understand. There's a difference between who the hell we are and who the hell they are. The Lakers were down at the half by 30, getting their asses whipped. I mean, it was a stomp, okay? And it was almost so that it's a good thing that Luka actually got hurt and had to get taken out in the third quarter, because when we saw him holding his hamstring in the first half, a lot of us were like, wait a minute now, that wasn't happening when you were dropping 30 plus the last 12, 13, 15 games, but suddenly now your damn hamstring is hurt. We were looking at it with a raised eyebrow, because an ass kicking will do that to you. It will make you humble. It will make you run for cover. It will make you want to run to the locker room. It will make you pretend you got to use the bathroom. It will make you pretend that something might be a family emergency or anything, just to get away from those confines. That's the kind of ass whipping we saw last night. And they came into this game, and we wanted to see whatever it was that we wanted to see from the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, here's the thing. Either we didn't see it, or we actually did see a preview of what's to come if the Lakers fall to the fourth seed and they're lucky enough to get out of the first round, and they got to face those brothers in the second round. Big Pert, they came to the Lakers like this. Luka, they heard all the noise about the Luka averaging 39 and all. They're like, we going to put a stop to that stuff right now. And they did it from opening tap, period.
Well, a few things. Number one, I'm glad the Oklahoma City Thunder did get on the Lakers' behinds like back pockets, so that now the annoying Laker fan base could stay out of my mentions on social media. That's number one. Number two, this was all about the Lakers, right? When you think about what this buildup has come to for us, what they've been doing over the last month and a half, and Luka playing at an MVP level, what we witnessed is that we saw that it's levels to this. And when I say levels to this, when I look at the Lakers, their second round exit, that's their ceiling, a second round exit. Do people understand their record against the Thunder this year is 0-3? Do people understand their record against the Spurs this year is 1-3? The Lakers don't scare a soul, even on Halloween. And when it comes to a bigger picture, let's talk big picture here, because we know that the Lakers are not going to win a championship this year. Listen, we see that. It's going to be hard for them. They're not going to beat OKC or the San Antonio Spurs in a 7-game series. And hell, they might have to even face the Nuggets. And depending on Luka's status for his hamstring injury, we don't know when he's going to come back. They might have to face a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they might get out. And we damn sure know without Luka, they're not going to beat them in the first round series. Big picture here, though, Stephen A., Shay. Last night showed me that if you're the Lakers, You cannot invest all your money into Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic as your two franchise guys going forward if you're expecting to win a championship. Those two guys cannot be your franchise guys taking up majority of your dollars and take you to the promised land. I hope Austin Reeves get all the money in the world because I'm a fan of Austin Reeves. I believe he's a hooper. I believe he's one of the best, one of the better offensive players, one of the better offensive players in the game today. But if we're talking big picture and we're talking about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, that moment last night and their record against the top two seeds in the Western Conference should remind them or have them rethink things for us who's going to be leading the charge in the near future when it comes down to their two franchise guys.
Well, it's a very interesting point that you make, Big Perk. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you at all. But I do love the fact that AR has elevated his level of play to the degree that he has because it gives the Los Angeles Lakers a tremendous asset to potentially move for additional pieces because we know Luka ain't going anywhere. But it definitely, AR, you know what? He would command a lot if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. So since you don't have that much draft capital, you got LeBron James approaching free agency. You got Austin Reeves, you know, as a commodity that you have in your staple that you can go and get big-time assets in return for. I think the Lakers are still in a good position, obviously, and I think their ceiling is deep in the second round. I think we'd be remiss in neglecting to bring up J.J. Redick because a lot of people, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he's done an exceptional job this year. We all know, we all got love for J.J. Listen, there's a lot of people that's questioning what he should have done with Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic was grabbing his hamstring in the first half. J.J. Redick did say that he received treatment on the hamstring at halftime and was cleared by the team's medical staff to continue playing. So we're not going to point the finger at J.J. The medical staff cleared Luka Doncic to play. That's why he was out there. Now, here's to me is the reason why he might not should have been out there. Because they were getting their ass kicked. That's why. They were down 23 in the first quarter. They were down over 30 at halftime. I'm sitting up there, and they down over 40. Over 40 in the third quarter. As far as I'm concerned, they came into Oklahoma City waving the white flag. It was bad. It was bad. Now, we wish Luka nothing but the best, no doubt about that. We know that he's had these injuries before. You know, he ain't faking it. I'm certainly not trying to imply that. I'm just trying to say that kind of ass kicking will tempt you to want to find an excuse to leave. That's all I'm saying. But we know the injury is serious, and it's a bad situation for the Los Angeles Lakers to be in right now because who knows when that's going to get better. That's a hamstring injury, Big Perk. It takes a lot longer than people realize sometimes to heal from that in all seriousness, no doubt.
So can I push, Perk, can I push back with you and Stephen A. just a little bit here? Now, first of all, this game, I know the Thunder are in a different tier. The Thunder and the Spurs are in a different tier. However, last night, the Lakers didn't score till what, the first 5 minutes of the game? They didn't have their first field goal. Right. You have Luka Doncic, who got hurt. Austin Reeves, who appeared to be hurt last night and banged up a little bit. Could we say maybe last night's game, and Perk is pointing to maybe this is what it's going to be, and it was telling, was a little bit of an anomaly? Like a little bit. Like that kind of stuff's not going to happen in the postseason.
Shay, listen, when it comes down to you knowing your stuff, you know it with the best of them. I know this. But this morning, it seemed like your listening skills is not there. Okay, it seemed like your listening. It seemed like your listening skills is not there. Now I know I'm country. You know what I'm saying? I know I speak with broken English at times. You know what I mean? From Beaumont, Texas.
But you're smart as hell.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, S.A. That's fine. Whatever. Here's the thing. Shay, I just highlighted to you that they're 0-3 versus the Thunder this year. The Lakers are. They're 1-3 versus the Spurs. In order to get to where you're trying to go, and we know the bar, the expectations for the Los Angeles Lakers is always championship or bust, you're going to have to go through one of those squads.
Sure,
and
nothing
Go ahead.
Perk, In the last month, the Lakers have looked like a completely different team. They have locked down defensively. They're playing more on both ends of the floor. They've sharpened their finesse
Not
a little
against
bit.
the reigning defending champion, Shay.
Right.
It's
This
a
is the
different
first time
level.
we're seeing that, though. I'm not
I'm
not
just-
making excuses. I'm just saying I don't know that this
Right.
blowout
I'm just saying
means
it's a
this is what
different
gonna look
level.
like in the postseason.
I'm just look at it this way, Shay. Look at it this way. So all this noise is being made about the Lakers and what a challenge they could end up being in the Western Conference. And the reigning defending champions who have the San Antonio Spurs nipping at their heels with a 26-2 record over the last 28 games. And they're still in second place because Oklahoma City been winning too. And everybody talking about the Lakers 15-2 in the month of March, forgetting that Oklahoma City was damn near 15-2 in the month as well. And just ignoring the reigning champions with LeBron and Luka and AR coming into their city. They said, they looked at, this is what they did last night. All right, okay, all right, come on. Good. Y'all, you see, Shay, did you see that movie Straight Outta Compton? Remember that? You know
Yes.
that's a big time movie, right? With O'Shea Jackson, my man Ice Cube, and his son O'Shea doing big things. Love that brother right there. Love that brother. Love both of them. But you remember when you saw O'Shea Jackson playing Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton? And remember when they called him a Benedict Arnold? He said, Benedict Arnold, I ain't say nothing about them. All right. And then all of a sudden, he said, glad y'all done set it off. And he went in. That's what Oklahoma City did last night. They said up there, all right, okay, y'all talk about these, but let me show you who the hell we are. There's levels to this, and they ain't on it. That is what happened last night. I'm stealing Big Perk's line right in front of them. They got in the Lakers' ass like back pockets. That's what they did. Before anything, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. This is LeBron. This is AR. This is Luka. And before anything happened, the first statement they made was shutting the Lakers down for the first 5 minutes. It's the first statement they made. Before they did anything, they sat up there and they let them know, not tonight. The 39 average and all of that. What you gonna do now? That's what the hell we saw on Prime last night, okay? I mean, it was so bad, the damn streaming signal got staticky. That's how bad it was. They were like, we might not want to watch more of this. This is bad. This is bad.
It was also bad because both teams sat their starters in the fourth quarter and had the reserves come in. The bigger issue here, though, is probably the health of Luka Doncic. Again, he is going to have an MRI today. I know. He's going to have we will later on. He'll have an MRI today in Dallas, obviously his former hometown, and we'll see where they go from there. But that could be a major concern, more so than the butt kicking by the Thunder going forward for the Lakers. Yes?
Shay, he is guaranteed to have exceptional service. He's in Dallas. They will roll out the red carpet for that, brother. He don't have anything to worry about service-wise. The medical treatment that Luka's going to receive today is better than anything he will have received in his lifetime. They love that man. He's going to be all right in Big D.
They're going to hope they could stay a little bit longer. Let's go to the Final Four. We got a big basketball weekend this weekend. The Final Four is going to